Who am I? Isn't that a question that we all have a such hard time to answer? Every year in a new classroom, many of us students it's like the first day because every year the question comes up. Who are you? Tell us something about you. Usually I start with hi, my name is Jesus Gil and I am from Carrollton, Texas. Maybe give what I am studying or what interests I have, but that seems too simple to say. My classmates might think I am very boring and shy, so let's start with a more informed introduction. Hi classmates, my name is Jesus Gil, but I usually go by Gil, which came from my high school teammates and just kind of stuck after then. Sports are the center of my life, and they all started in a small city north of Dallas named Carrollton. Currently, I live with my sister and my mom in Lake Dallas, while my dad moved to Houston for a job opportunity after my parents had a divorce in the fall of 2016. I haven't totally decided on my degree, but so far, finance seems to be at the top of the list. Let me share with you the four objects that describe me in a simple way: a soccer ball, a blank sheet of paper, a hat, and a watch. Watch. These four objects have their own meaning, and not only to the object themselves, but what each object describes about them, according to me. Choosing a soccer ball as my first object was probably the easiest one to choose because soccer has been in my life since the age of 4, and a way of how others view me, a soccer player. Soccer has been in my life and the career path I've been wanting to take since first introduced into the sport. Having the ball on my feet not only gives me happiness, but takes my stress away from my surroundings. My passion for soccer is something that I would find hard to give up. I see soccer as part of the rest of my life. A soccer player is what I have always been viewed as, but there has been a fear of mine that I've been hidden, and that is the fear of failure. The next object is a blank sheet of paper, and it is what I fear of, and doing nothing worthy to put down on the paper. Not accomplishing my dream of becoming a soccer player and becoming a failure is something that I have feared for many years. This blank sheet of paper shows how I fear of not achieving anything. Everyone that knows me personally could call me very determined and motivated, but there is only one reason why, and this is because the fear of failure is the biggest fear I've had. My whole life I have thought that I had my future plans set for and I saw it in a smooth path, but then sophomore year of high school I got benched and I didn't make the academy team, which really hit me hard. Year by year I've learned that my dream to become a professional soccer player seems less attainable, with obstacles getting tougher and tougher. But I cannot let them stop me because the blank sheet of paper right here does not show my future is going to be. That is something that I will always strive for, to be the best I can be. Although my biggest fear is the fear of failure, I have been determined to not let it affect me. Many people classify me as a shy person, but I believe that I am not a shy person, and that if you get to know me, I can become the most talkative and outgoing guy. For the third object, I brought in a hat. It represents the times I have had the hat on and off, when I am comfortable or uncomfortable. When I'm out in public or in a class, others may see me as isolated from the rest or just on my phone, not trying to come off as shy, but it's just me being uncomfortable. There are two ways you see me: with the hat on and the hat off, and this shows what stage I really am at. When the hat is on, I am very unfamiliar with my surroundings, therefore the use of my hat tries to cover up who I am and show others I am shy and reserved. When the hat is off, I am very comfortable and open to the environment, and everyone is able to see my full face and full head so they can see the real me. But the truth is, hat on or hat off, I am the same guy and the same cool, talkative, supporting man, but it just takes someone to take off the hat to see for themselves. Which leads me to the next and last object. I asked my cousins, hey, what's an object that could describe me? Very surprisingly, they told me a watch, which for them represents how I've always there for people around me at any time. I'm there to help. A watch was something I've never thought of, but the more and more I can see why, because I've always been the person to be for others in the good and the bad. I've always tried to put people up and not down. One of my cousins pointed out at a time when he was very low and had no motivation in anything other than playing video games all day. I remember the day I took him to the gym, and I took him and I told him, you can do anything you can want to do, just gotta work for it. Also, college wasn't very in his mind, much in his mind, but I kept motivating him, and I was there for him on his tough times. My cousin now goes to the gym 3 or 4 times a day and has 3 schools to choose from for college in the next 4 years. My cousin, that cousin has a little brother, obviously, my little cousin, and he's very unspoken and doesn't say much. You might think he's perfectly fine, everything's going good, but honestly, the truth is he's not. He has a lot of questions about life and very nervous about the future. And again, night or day, I am there to answer his questions, which kind of represents the watch. This makes me see that the watch is the best representation of me when it comes from being there for others. Who am I isn't a simple question after all. It just takes a little time to think about you, and you can learn about yourself as I did in this speech right here. I hope that my soccer ball, my blank sheet of paper, my hat, and my watch is enough to show you that I am just an average college student with a dream and with the motivation to do something great. Thank you for listening to me about who am I. I am very eager to hear what my fellow classmates have to say about their stories. Thank you.